Sunday, November 12th, 2006.
The checkered flag will go to Tony Stewart.
It may be the chase for the cup, but everyone's chasing defending champion Tony Stewart.
I'm happy not having to be earning points against him because he'd be kicking everybody's butt right now.
But Stewart isn't even eligible to win the championship. Critics say this 10-race chase series needs a wild card. Stewart says,
it would be a total injustice to the chase if they added even one spot to this.
Also today, it's not just any stadium. It's a $9 million high school stadium in Wal-Mart's booming hometown of Bentonville, Arkansas.
You look around and there's a lot of colleges that don't have what we have here.
And their chief rival tries to compete.
He scores a touchdown. Listen to that Bentonville crowd across the way.
I've lost kids to Bentonville simply because they're in awe of their facilities.
Today outside the lines, Wal-Mart's high school. And will Tony Stewart change the chase?
And now, reporting for Outside the Lines, Bob Lee.
The hottest driver starts 23rd today in Phoenix as Tony Stewart looks to continue his remarkable run through a chase for the cup he can't even win. That's coming up. But we begin with a vibrant boomtown, home to the largest employer in the United States, in fact, largest in the world. Walmart is often a political target, criticized as not taking care of its employees. As Eric Adelson of ESPN The Magazine now shows us, the question now seen through the prism of high school football may be whether the company and its employees have done too much.
This is what you may expect to see in Northwest Arkansas. But this is what you will find. The region, once covered by farmland, is exploding in wealth and population. And the leader in the growth is the town of Bentonville, home of the world's largest retailer, Walmart.
How in the world did something like this happen in Bentonville, Arkansas?
Ed Clifford is president and CEO of the Bentonville Chamber of Commerce. His offices are located in the Bentonville Town Square, where Sam Walton's original 5 and dime storefront still stands. Clifford worked with Walmart for 17 years.
In a town that started out with 2,300 people and now is close to 29,000 people and a daytime population of 50,000 people.
Bentonville might as well be called Barrelville. And Clifford says there is a specific reason for the dramatic change.
In 1992, when Sam died, companies began to locate people here because Walmart made a decision to deal only with officers of each of the companies so that the lines of communication would become quicker.
Bentonville is growing by 1,250 people per month. Many of the new residents represent Fortune 500 companies that serve Walmart. What if you worried about moving to Arkansas and came right to the door of Gary Compton, the Bentonville school superintendent?
One of my favorite lines is, our boys are not named Goober and Jethro, and our girls are not pregnant when they're 12 years old. This is very much an upscale community.
A community that he felt would not be satisfied with a losing football program and a stadium with one toilet for an entire home team.
And we talked about what do you need to make this a great program, one that everybody will look at and say, I want to be like Bentonville.
This is what Compton dreamed up. A state-of-the-art high school football stadium with a digitized scoreboard, an indoor practice field, a full weight room, a spacious locker room, a film room, and a 2-story press box with sections of club seating. It cost $10 million, paid mostly by Bentonville taxpayers. But Compton did get some extra help in the form of actual Walmart stock.
It's not uncommon in our school district to get donations from Walmart as a company or individuals that have worked for many, many years for the company. I've actually gotten them where they have been shrink wrapped and they're clear and it'll say 1 cent on the stock. And of course now it's not worth 1 cent, it's worth a lot more.
The stadium has made a $10 million impression, even catching the eye of college powerhouse USC.
Just simply amazed. Aesthetically, it was beautiful.
Dennis Slutak is the director of football operations for USC. The Trojans practice here for their season opener at Arkansas.
I mean, it was a multi-purpose, first-class, state-of-the-art facility. You know, the stadium and then the actual football operations facility were second to none.
As people come into town on business to work with me, I take them past that stadium and they just can't believe that that's a high school football stadium.
Stuart Shepard worked for a Walmart supplier. He and his family moved from the Chicago area.
Why do you bring visitors past that stadium?
You know, I guess there's a little pride. Even though I'm not a native, my family has kind of adopted this town as kind of our hometown, I guess, right now.
But no one was happier about the stadium than the Bentonville Tigers themselves. Ryan Isabel, the school's starting quarterback, moved from Wyoming for family and Walmart.
You look around and there's a lot of colleges that don't have what we have here, so just trying to make the transition from our old field to this one, and it was a good feeling, amazing feeling.
On March 12th, a tornado hit the new stadium, causing $5 million in damage.
My joke is that it was probably God's way of telling me that I spent way too much on a football stadium.
But Compton also spent a lot of money on a football coach.
We went out and hired the best football coach in the state of Arkansas, in my opinion, because we knew what we were doing and we knew what we wanted in that stadium.
Bentonville's new coach is the highly successful Barry Lunney, who has won 4 state titles. Lunney is paid $89,000 per year, but says he's tired of hearing how money buys victory.
I've heard this deal about, hey, did Walmart buy your officials, and you know, that type of thing, where people look at it and judge and view us as, you know, that it's the school that Walmart built.
The team around the corner from Bentonville is the Rogers Mountaineers, the largest high school in the state. They play next door to a Tyson chicken processing plant.
What's that smell?
That's that Tyson smell. It smells pretty good sometimes whenever you're hungry and you're out here playing.
Rogers and Bentonville both have Walmart ads on their scoreboards, but that's where the similarities end.
You know, they're just right there. So, you know, and knowing that they have that kind of facility and what we have, even though ours is not bad, it's certainly nothing that can compare to that.
Ronnie Peacock's best player is the 6'7", 295-pound offensive tackle Lee Zimba. His dad works as a buyer for Walmart. Zimba admits it would have been hard to turn down Bentonville and its facilities if he had to decide again.
They do have some nice facilities, and to be honest, I would take a hard look at it.
You know, I know that I've lost kids to Bentonville simply because they've gone over there and they're in awe of their facilities.
So Peacock tries more unusual ways of building a winner, such as an annual father-son retreat and hugs before and after games. He even uses the chicken smell as motivation.
I've kind of kidded the kids and said, you know, I'll act like I'm sniffing and smelling something, and especially this year, you know, right now I'm smelling 10-0 and a little bit of chicken.
To get to 10-0, they have to go through Bentonville, ranked #1 in the state by one major magazine. The showdown will be the biggest game in the history of Benton County. Walmart itself gets in on the rivalry by selling T-shirts.
The fact that we're 9-0 right now and playing for an undefeated season could do a whole lot for our program and a lot for people that are moving into this area. When you're successful, people want to be a part of that.
This is what high school football hopes to be. Well, this is electric.
Lenny told his team to be ready for a big play early. He was right.
He shoots it down deep on the right sideline, and it is caught up here by Glegg Hard. Here is Kirby waiting. Has the football, going to throw it. He shoots it for the end zone. Caught for a touchdown.
In the first half, Rogers scores 3 touchdowns and shuts out Bentonville.
He's going to throw it toward the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Peachy. It is Isbell.
But in the second half, Bentonville strikes quickly.
Out to the left side, man open, and he's got it for a touchdown. Isbell hands to Young, and Young goes down to the goal line, and he scores a touchdown.
Bentonville comes all the way back, converting 3 fourth downs in the final minutes.
He looks for the end zone, throws it on a fade pattern, and it is incomplete. Oh, it's caught. He caught it. Touchdown. Sensational catch
With 30 seconds left, Bentonville faces a do-or-die two-point conversion attempt.
Chase, he tucks it in, he runs, he heads for the end zone, he's got it, he got it in there. Extremely impressive. I hope the stands don't cave in over there. Oh my goodness, and this baby is going to overtime. Kirby underneath center, he sneaks it, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown, and Rogers is on the board first in OT. He looks for the end zone, loops it to the end zone, it is caught for a score. Touchdown. 1st and 10. Isbell going to keep it himself, he's hit, and here's a flag down, a fumble maybe on the play.
That's Rogers' ball, I think.
And Rogers thinks Rogers got it.
Yes, they do.
And they do. Here is the play. Kirby will sneak it and score it. He goes. He's in there. It's over. It's over.
Rogers completed its first unbeaten season since 1978. Bentonville completed its first winning season in 5 years. Both teams made the playoffs. Some said it was the greatest game they had ever seen. And ironically, the rivalry will not last. Because of the incredible growth of the region, Bentonville and Rogers will split into 2 or more schools in the coming years. The battle for bragging rights is about to disappear. Wal-Mart will continue to change Arkansas, but for Coach Peacock and the team by the chicken plant,
How about those Mounties?
one night can last forever.
Eric Adelson of ESPN The Magazine reporting. Walmart declined our request for an interview. By the way, about 1/3 of the $9 million for the Bentonville Stadium was raised privately. One retired Walmart executive also donated $5.5 million towards the high school's arts building. Friday night, Bentonville was upset in the first round of the state playoffs, while Rogers High School, making its first playoff appearance in 9 years, won its game 42-0.